What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Thursday AI for January 29. This is Alex Volkov. I'm an AI evangelist with Weights and Biases. I'm your host for today, but I'm not in this room by myself. Wolfram is here with me. Wolfram, what's up?
Hey, man, I'm here.
How you doing?
First time with you in the same room. I'm doing great, of course.
Yeah, we can also like put us both on the same screen, so folks can actually see us that we're here live. What's up, man?
Yes.
A physical high five. I think that at this point, I have seen physically and did a podcast physically with everyone besides. No, everyone. Yeah, I know all of you. So I met with Ryan for sure. Ryan, we did a live podcast. Jan Pelik is going to join us. Ryan Carson, what's up, man? Come say hi. And LDJ, at least we've met.
It's good to be here. Let's go.
It's coming through loud and clear. This is amazing. Ryan, before we officially get started, I think your restream kind of failed. So if you can
I'll do that now.
That's going to be great. Yeah, folks are coming through saying it's great to see you in person. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. It's been a hell of a week in AI, 100%. And we are here to tell you all about this as much as we can. We will have absolutely breaking news. I know of one embargo item that's going to come through. So that's going to be like super exciting. But besides this, we have a bunch of... Wait, LJ, I'm going to add you as well. LJ, welcome to the show. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Amazing week of many people posting Claude with the W. And the likes, yeah.
Can we start with the RIP? RIP Claude with the W. Ryan, you weren't able to join us last week, but last week was our insanity show where we talked about Clawdbot with Claude, and then we did a deep dive. We had Dan on here, Dan Pagan, talking to us about like a super deep dive. Yam jumped in, Wolfram jumped in, like all of us got like super excited before the insanity. This was like before the insanity of Clawdbot, before the 4 days where this AI assistant took over the airwaves completely. So, as always, Thursday I brings you the news just a little bit before it blows
up. You called it, as always.
And then we tried to get Peter. He was like super, super busy. I think most of us ran Clawdbot since then. And then one day we woke up, and me and Wolfram actually like already went live and talked about this, but not on Thursday. One day we woke up and like, Clawdbot no more.
It's gone.
So Anthropic decided that Clawdbot from Peter Steinberg, the open source AI assistant you can install, is infringing on their copyright. And politely, he said politely, not like lawyers, whatever, politely asked him to change the name. He was freaking out on Discord at 3 a.m. And the name they came up with is Multi.
With the
something about lobsters molting over. It's like thematically appropriate.
Wait, with the T, yeah. Not to be confused. Yeah, the naming, yes. The naming of AI tools is something special.
And so the name they came up with was Multi. But then they were trying to rename all the projects, and in the process, the renaming from Multibot to from Clawdbot to Multibot, crypto scammers took away that username. And so they got left with Multbot. And this is a horrible name to pronounce. Peter, I love you. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. It's really hard to say T and B one after another. It's really not ergonomic. And so Multbot is what we have right now. And we used to have Clawdbot, and now we have Multbot, and it's really unergonomic. However, the software still works. There's still hype. There's still overhyped. There's still haters saying that this works. It doesn't work. But yeah, we've been running a bunch of stuff. We'll definitely be able to talk about this. I've asked mine to collect everything he did for me. Wolfram, we can talk about this as well. We know that this is like a very hot topic in the world right now. But so much has happened about Clawdbot and whatever since our last show, but also in the world of AI, folks. We have to jump into the TLDR super quick. I will go around super quickly to ask all of you what's kind of the highlight, the one thing that we must absolutely talk about, and then we will dive into the TLDR. So we'll start with Wolfram. Wolfram, you're up. What is the one thing in the world of AI that is capturing your attention right now, please?
Right now, I'm most excited about Kimi K2.5, which may be a model, one of the open models that you can actually use with Clawdbot or Modebot as an agentic model for this. So it has been very great. That is my favorite right now. And it works perfect in German as well, so which is particularly important to me.
Yep, that is awesome. I'm absolutely up for. Shout out to Moonshot folks for the great release of Kimi. Let's see if Yam is back with us. Yam Pelg, you back with us?
Yeah, but you stole the highlight of the week. So what can I do now? You took away. Oh, my internet is.
What's your
horrible.
second favorite of the week?
There is a very interesting post by Karpathy about agents and so on. And I still consider Maltbot, Claudebot, however you call it, this week, because it's still ongoing. Like, it's absolutely exploding everywhere. And I have a lot to talk about it, by the way, if my internet will allow it. But
well, you'll figure it
much.
out. But we can hear you at least. So if you go off video, I think that's going to be fine. You're not going to be the only one. We have LDJ. LDJ, if you can like move your hand, whatever, so it's clear that you are live with us as well.
Yep.
What is the one thing in the world of AI for the past week that is most important to talk to?
Yeah, so besides Kimi, besides those main other things, I would say a Trinity Large is something that is interesting. It's coming out of RC, a collaboration between RC, Prime Intellect, and Datology. And I think it might be the most powerful new open source model coming from American AI Lab. It's about 15 billion active parameters, 400 billion total, and it's looking really good. And they're working on more reasoning and reinforcement learning training on top of it to make it even better.
So absolutely big focus on pre-training for Western Labs. Shout out Lucas Atkins and everybody at RCAI for this. We're going to definitely mention this in the TLDR. And yeah, there's so much stuff. We're going to get Ryan on. Ryan, the one... Wait, hold on.
Hello.
Hello. Ryan Carson, what is the top one thing in the world of AI from this week that you want to tell our audience?
I mean, I just think that this idea of loops and AFK is where it's at. It's basically letting the agents free, putting them in a loop and letting them do their thing. And you can see it with Clawdbot / Moltbot. I've been posting a lot about this idea of agents that run at night. That's where we're going.
100%. And in terms of one news item from this week?
I stepped down from AMP and I'm running Untangle full time. So I'm excited to be focusing full time on my startup. So that's me.
Is this applause? Does applause work? I don't think they work.
Where's the applause?
No sound effects. I'm sorry, Ryan. But hey, everybody applause for Ryan. Ryan, congratulations. Tell us a little bit later about your startup as well. I would love to hear and like tell our audience as well, because I think it's super cool and very, very important. We're having folks tuning in. Rodri says the studio looks cool AF. I would like to shout out. I don't have their logo anywhere, but I would love to shout out Chroma as hosting for Thursday AI for this week. Specifically, DJ and Jeff and everybody here at Chroma. Chroma is a vector solution database, etc. Is the best in the world in everything. So they're gracious enough to host us in like an amazing studio, super quick. So we're probably going to do more shout outs, but we are both in San Francisco this week for the Weights and Biases Hackathon. So if you're in San Francisco, I have something to say. An announcement that I don't know if you know. Folks, if you're in San Francisco and you would like to come to the hackathon that we're hosting this weekend, I have an announcement. We have a secret special sponsor that we're working towards, and I'm very, very happy to say that Cursor is our last second sponsor, and we are going to give each participant for the hackathon $300 in Cursor credits. You know how much Opus that is? That's at least 2 million tokens. It's probably way more. I'm just joking. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about Cursor jumping on as a sponsor to our hackathon. If you want to come and hack, you're going to get Cursor credits. You're going to get Vercel people in there with their AI stuff and skills and everything. You're going to get Redis. You can store a bunch of stuff in Redis. You're going to get browser base, and you can automate your agents. Come build self-improving agents with us in San Francisco this weekend. Let's go. All right, folks, this was a little plug. I'm super happy that Cursor reached out, and I'm super happy that we can provide credits. Also, at an hour and 13 minutes, an embargo list of something I can't wait to tell you about. So I'm just saying, in an hour and 13 minutes, I'm going to be able to say, yes, you guys
breaking news
that I know ahead of time. But I also think that there's a bunch of breaking news elsewhere as well. All right, folks, I think it's time for the TLDR. Did we ask everyone? Yeah. The audience, guys, folks who are listening, please tell us what is the most important piece of AI news that happened this week to you. You can also tell us where you're tuning in from. That's also helpful. We would love to know. Folks on YouTube are participating. Folks on X, not so much. But I do see some comments. Time for TLDR, I think. I will say I tried to get my bot to TLDR help me. We got very close there. Lovely. Okay, the notes have loaded, and I will kick off the TLDR. Have the notes open, Wolfram?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So yeah, let's separate the chunks of the TLDR. Wolfram, you want to take the open source ones, and I'll take the big companies and LLMs?
Yeah, sure. So for the TLDR, open source, it's Kimi K2.5, my personal favorite of the week, and it's the open source visual agentic model with 1 trillion parameters. We will go into it in detail, but the first one is Kimi K2.5, which is amazing in agentic use.
Yeah.
Then should I read more?
Yeah, go finish the open source ones. Yeah.
Okay. So the next. Wait a second. Here, community reception. Right, I have to scroll. We have so much information about Kimi K2. Yeah. The next one is Arc AI release. RC AI releasing Trinity Large, the 400B sparse MOE model with 30B active parameters. The next one. Is that okay? So, Gen AI releasing Gen V3 4B open source model optimized for fast local inference and coding, with some improvements in the ADA benchmark, for instance.
I'm sure that this is it in terms of open source in the TLDR, but I do want to ask other folks if we have anything important to talk about. Maybe LDJ from open source, anything that you've seen.
Not anything coming to mind right now.
No, right. And we're going to say hi to Nistin Tahira. And the gang is in the building. Let's go. Folks, super quick, anything else on open source that is must discuss? Not in the... Yeah, okay. We're going to move on, folks. So for the big labs for this week, there's a lot of stuff. Not a lot of models, but a lot of stuff. So Google launches Agentic Auto Browse in Chrome with Gemini 3. Gemini now lives in a side pane and not just like a little popping window. Nano Banana is integrated in there and connected to Google Apps, and supposedly you can click stuff. So Chrome is stepping into the agentic era, just as Comet from Perplexity kind of fizzles out a little bit. Anthropic launched MCP Apps this week. You guys may remember, if you're a follower of Thursday Eye, we talked with Ido Salmon and Liad Yosef, the folks who created MCP UI that then turned into a spec called MCP Apps, and OpenAI adopted this with OpenAI ChatGPT apps, and now Anthropic is launching apps as well on top of this protocol, so it's super cool. Rich UI for Slack, Figma, Asana, Box, and a bunch of other connectors. That's super cool. Google also launched Agentic Vision in Gemini 3 Flash, which is, we talked about Agentic Vision at some point. It's kind of where the model plans for itself how to tackle a problem. It can zoom, it can crop, and can do a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. Definitely worth talking about this. There's a big major essay from Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, called The Adolescence of Technology. It's warning AI risk to national security, democracy. Dario, according to folks who work in Anthropic, is like this very, very deep, big thinker. And usually the thoughts he has are going internally within Anthropic. So it's great that he published this as well. And for very big breaking news, we have very, very soon, we have breaking news from Big Lab as well. We're going to let you know all about this. In this week's Buzz, the category where we're going to update you about everything that happens at Weights and Biases from CoreWeave. Another reminder, the hackathon that we have, Weave Hacks 3 is almost sold out, this close to selling out. But if you mention Thursday in the application form, we'll let you in. I'm pretty sure, Wolfram, you have maybe we shouldn't say this, but I think we have an automation that helps us figure out who's coming in the hackathon or who doesn't come in, right?
We are an AI lab, basically, and we are the AI evangelists. Of course, we use the AI tools in a responsible way. So we have our assistants going through these, making summaries, and then we make the decisions.
Do not prompt inject our application form. I dare you. Do not prompt inject it. So this Luma.
Now you'll be injected.
Luma.com/WeaveHacks3. Please join us. I just announced that our main super secret last minute sponsor is Cursor. You can get $300 in Cursor credits to hack to do Opus as your hard content. In Vision Video, we will tell you about a bunch of stuff, but the main thing that is very, very important that changed in the world of vision and video is that Grok, with a K, from XAI, they released an API, finally. Imagine API. Not only did they release the API, it's now ranked #1 in both text to video and image to video models. So yes, Grok that we told you about that does NSFW work, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now it's available in the API. Guess how much it costs? You know how much it costs? $4.20 a minute. Of course, they price everything they have with this ridiculous number. Anyway, it's cheaper and it's faster than VO 3.1 apparently. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what else. We have
OpenAI Prism.
Oh, Yam, tell us please. Hold up.
Oh yeah, OpenAI Prism. OpenAI is launching
the scientist
a platform.
Thing, right? Yeah.
Excuse me?
For scientists.
Yeah. Pretty much an overleaf competitor, powered by AI, allows you to work on research, collaborate on research papers, on research in general, and that's pretty much it.
Yep, that's great for TLDR. We have, so that's in Big Labs as well. Voice and audio. I think we're getting there, folks. We're almost through the TLDR. Voice and audio, and NVIDIA releases Persona Flex 7B. It's an open source full duplex voice that listens and speaks simultaneously with persona control. We will try to play a sample. I'm not sure if we're set up to playing a sample, but I think that's that's a very, very cool release from NVIDIA, open source 7B. Still in the world of AI art and diffusion, both Tongi and Tencent launched new versions of their image editors. We told you about Z Image Turbo previously from Tongi, from Alibaba. Z Image, the full capacity, is now open sourced as well with negative prompt control and superior diversity. I'm pretty sure it's open source. Let me triple check. Yeah. Comfy UI support is already in there. Z Image is pretty cool. Z Image is the quality was really, really impressive. And then Hunyuan Image as well. Hunyuan, I think it's Hunyuan. I need to remember. The Tencent's big AI lab is also image 3. This one is insane. So this one is image instruct model. It's 80 billion parameters MOE for an image model. It's absolutely ridiculous. We're gonna mention this as well. I think we're almost at the end of our TLDR, folks. Besides the gated thing, the thing that I wanted to mention is we have obviously the explosion of Clawdbot or Moltbot now taking over the airwaves, absolutely taking over the airwaves for the past weekend. People got into the meme of buying Mac Minis and installing this thing on the Mac Mini, and we went live and talked about why Mac Mini makes sense. We can we talked about this as well. And the last things that I will mention in the tools area, that
just one thing,
yeah,
because about ModeBot, what we have seen online is a big hype, basically, which we were part of, or are part of. But what is cool is you can to go some party in San Francisco and talk to people, and they ask you about their thing. Have you seen this? And it's really not just on X, but it's happening in our circles as well, and that is a very cool thing to see. And we realize why the naming change is actually a good thing, because some people then ask, do you mean Claude Code or do you mean the bot thing?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can understand why Anthropic wanted the name change.
Yeah, 100%. Anthropic definitely is within their rights for this. However, we get used to the name. All right, so super quick tools thing. So Clawdbot was forced to rename into Moltbot, or affectionately known as Multi. I think this is one of those Twitter X situations where people will just continue saying Clawdbot no matter what. Like this is what it feels to me about, and also. It absolutely took over the airwaves on algorithmic. I don't know why, but Grok, the algorithm, just absolutely loved Clawdbot. So for a minute there, every post that I saw, everyone, I built a Chrome extension to highlight them. Every post was about Clawdbot. It was insane. We have Moonshot Kimi, not only Kimi K2.5, they also released Kimi Code. It's open source Python agentic coding platform. They also have a code subscription as well, so that's great. And I think the last thing is Karpathy is out again in force, telling everybody that the world has changed. So Andre Karpathy posted a big thread on X saying that AI shifted his coding to 80% agent-driven coding, and he declares a phase shift in software engineering, which I think we all agree on, because I don't know when I've written code manually. I will say, yesterday in San Francisco, I think over via the TLDR, folks, we can start with open source in a minute.
Did you skip audio? Why is an audio?
I mentioned
Personaplex?
Personaplex, yeah.
I
mentioned Personaplex. So Karpathy's thing we can talk about, but yesterday in San Francisco, we got invited to this house party. Ryan, you've been here. It's insane. We just landed. I met someone. He met someone. We got a text and we met up at some CEO's house, whatever. This is how San Francisco works, apparently. And then we talked to a bunch of folks. We talked to a dude from Meta. And we learned, we're not going to name names because it's an unnamed source, but we learned, and probably not super secret, that Meta has, obviously they have agentic coding as well. They track character level if a human or an AI changed that character in the code on a character level. And this guy told us that his stats, and he's very proud of this, 100% of the code that he submitted, and he submitted a lot of code for the last year, was all agentic. And he's not the only one. And it's you guys hear this, and the excitement and the Ralphs and the AFKs and whatever, you hear all this, and then a person from a huge lab comes and says, hey, for the last year, I haven't authored a line of code myself. I only did refactors. So that was super cool to hear and to chat. Folks, should we dive in? I think it's time for us to dive into the actual open source news. There's a bunch to talk about, yeah?
Nistan could tell us his favorite.
Oh, yes, Nistan. Nistan Tahirai. Everybody did this. What is the one thing in AI for this week that is on your mind from news?
Alan AI's Sarah, it started reaching, it's a 32B. They released a bunch of models. It's a 32B started reaching 45% on SWE bench. And this is the best we've gotten where we have all the data. Because I'm very interested in this, because right now my job is basically data janitor at scale. So this was extremely nice data set from them, and actually not bad results. So it's truly open auditable code. So if you care about, I don't know, safety and all that stuff, now you actually have all the data to work with it.
Yep, that's great. All righty, Nistan, thank you. All right, folks, time for open source, our favorite corner. I will say though, we usually go for an hour. We don't have the whole hour today for open source. We're gonna run super quick. So open source, let's go. Open source AI. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Folks, the absolutely most important release of this week in open source is Moonshot AI with Kimi K2.5. Why is it the most important? Please discuss while I bring up some images, some stats. Wolfram, Yam, LDJ, I'm leaning on you for this one. Why is Kimi K2 release
because it's
so important?
good. Because it's good. Pretty much.
Very good.
Oh yeah, and you can Claude code with it.
Yeah, and it's cheap basically because it's open. There will be different providers. You will have a pricing competition there, and that is one thing. If you are running your bots and so on, you want to use the best AI you can, but you don't want to go broke. So that is a big important part.
Yeah. So what do we know about this this model release? First of all, Kimi from K2 and then the update somewhere in September, October, I think 09, 15 or something. Kimi was very unique among the open source models. It felt different. It felt like the vibes were a little bit different. It was great at writing, for example.
Oh yes.
And I used to like always compare drafts and whatever and ask it what it thought as well. But now this one beats multiple big labs in different evals. So like Wolfram, can you walk us through some stats about Kimi specifically and what we're like getting excited about?
Yeah, first thing, it's a big model, 1 trillion parameters, MOE with 32B active.
1 trillion parameters.
1 trillion. We had trillion parameter models before
Yes.
as well. But yeah, you see a lot of open models that are pretty small. They are great, but I personally, I'm a big fan of the state-of-the-art big models, the frontier models that have the biggest performance. And still, with 32B active parameters, you can run this if you have a good enough machine.
Yeah.
So it's possible to run this. It's not only online. And yeah, it has 384 experts, 8 are selected per token with a 256K context length. Context length is particularly important because that is super important when you have the agents running for a long time, or if you are working on code, you want to have all of this inside the context. So the bigger the context, the better. Like Opus, you can only go to 200. Is it 256K with Opus as well?
I think so, yeah.
It's the same. You can Sonnet goes up to 1 million. And I think there's also a version of Opus with 1 million. But I always run in the limit.
We don't have this version. Maybe the folks in Anthropic. I'll make a joke. This is an absolute joke. I don't know. I know nothing. But the folks from Code, Boris Cherny and Cat, they both left for OpenAI for like, for Cursor for like a week, and they came back to Anthropic. And everybody's like, I wonder why they came back after a week. I was like, that maybe because they couldn't use Code in the other place, unlimited with 1 million tokens, right? With Opus 4.5 with 1 million super speed. Because after playing with these models, speed and context window is very, very important. So if you have this unlimited from labs, that's great. Yeah. So please go ahead, Kimi.
Okay, so it has 50% on the Humanities Last Exam full set tools benchmark.
Yeah.
75.9%, almost 75% on BrowseCom. I think this is also one of the best in that benchmark. And an Agentic Swarm.
It's multimodal now. It wasn't multimodal before, right?
That's a big thing.
This is like a big thing. The big like unlock from Kimi is that it now can see, and I think somebody was talking about it can see videos as well, and people like will send it videos, which was super cool.
And it's great in the benchmarks for vision stuff too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't support it, but it does it very well as well.
So here's the thing, and folks, we talked to you about this thing multiple times, and if you follow the show, but if you don't follow the show, here's the thing. We are talking about an open weights model, but it's 1 trillion parameters. So it's not like you're going to run this at home. This is not a local model. This is not the Sonnet at home and Opus at home.
Can run it, Yes.
The
company can invest in the resource and run a SOTA model on their premises.
Yeah. I want to address directly the camera for 1 second. If you're the type of company who wants to run Kimi K2, reach out to CoreWeave and we'll help you set it up, because running this on like one H100 is not going to be enough. You have to have a full node of things. It's a 1 trillion parameter model. It's an MOE model, only a little bit of active, so like it can run really, really fast. But definitely, I'm looking forward for the big dedicated chip companies like Cerebrus and Grok maybe. but Grok was bought by NVIDIA, right? So I don't know if Grok is going to put up some new models. So I'm looking forward for the fast interest. LDJ Yampelek, what do you hear about this model? Have you used it? What do we hear? Nistan, feel free to chime in. I want like multiples of opinions.
So it seems like to be the same active parameter and total parameter size as the Kimi K2 model. However, a lot of the big model smell things people like to talk about, like creative writing, which a lot of people praised Kimi K1.5 and Kimi K2 for.
Yep.
It seems like this will be something here that people will be able to continue to use that for here, but at the same time get like the agentic and coding abilities that is more competitive with the frontier models. I think we still need some time to really assess how well it compares to something like 4.5 Opus and 5.2, but at least SWE Bench Pro and Terminal Bench 2.0, which I think amongst us on this panel, that's some of our favorite coding benchmarks. It doesn't seem to be doing quite as well as something like Opus 4.5 or GPT 5.2 there, but still, I mean, that's a really high bar to reach, right? And the fact that this is open, you could run it on-prem or run it on with CoreWeave or and everything. It's just hopefully we end up seeing a lot of kind of multimodal video understanding demos as well with it, and seeing what applications can be built on that.
So let's put it in practical terms for folks, because again, it's a big model. Putting this on-prem for many people, like unless you're a company or you did an exit for your startup, this is not practical to put this on-prem, right? You can get this through Open Router. You can get this directly from Moonshot in their API. They have no tiers for coding as well. We're talking about 60 cents per million tokens. 60 cents. Opus 4.5 is $4.5, $5 per million tokens, right? So we're talking about a 10x decrease in price. I'm not going to say they have the same level of intelligence. I don't know what kind of black magic Anthropic Dario Amodei cooks with, but there's something about the Opus models and the Claude models. We told you about this before. Like there's something there that hard for us to like tell you exactly what it is and how for us to understand. But if you are on a budget, and if you're using Clawdbot, you should be on the budget, because if you're using its API, it can burn tokens like crazy, especially with subagents. I see subagents, I see Ryan nodding, because once you spin up those subagents, the prices get away from you super quick. 60 cents per million tokens is very, very affordable. And given the AFK loops, I think we're rebranding Ralph a little bit, but given the AFK loops where you can just like have a loop repeat until something continues, you can absolutely switch to Kimi for most coding tasks if you're on a budget and still get great results.
And
right.
That is the input tokens. The output tokens are even more expensive with Claude for 25.
Oh yes,
for 1 million tokens output, while you have just $3 for the Moonshot. So that is
25 is crazy.
Yeah, and it was 75 with Opus 4. Remember?
Yeah,
75.
Pricing is absolutely ridiculous. Where's that thing? Go ahead. Ryan.
I have a quick question here, Alex. Say like super fast. Like, what does everybody think we're gonna net out here, like per engineer per month for token costs? I'm just curious. Like, where is everybody at? Like,
how much we're gonna spend?
Yeah, like think about the average engineer. Like, I'm thinking, $1,000 to $2,000 is where we're gonna net out. What does everybody think?
I think that those prices are not rooted in reality, and all these companies are putting these prices up in the air, because I know for a fact that if you work again from yesterday, folks, just one day in San Francisco, you learn so much. Again from yesterday, we know that big companies work with these companies directly, and their pricing is way different than consumer pricing. I'm like pretty sure if you have 1,000 engineers, you're not going to pay $5 per input tokens. So it's really, really hard. But I don't know. Like what's your output productivity like?
This is where I think like $12,000 a year per engineer is a joke. I mean, like that's absolutely worth.
Per year. Per year. I thought we were talking like weeks.
Well, a month is $1,000. I think 1 to 2,000. I think we're gonna net out. I think I would be happy to pay that.
Yes. So. It all depends on how much productivity this adds to you, and if you can like quadruple yourself with multiple sub agents, then why not? All right, so we're still on Kimi. I think it's time to move on. Let's see if we didn't cover like everything. LDJ, I haven't heard from you on Kimi. I really want your take. Can you talk about the agent swarm stuff? Did you see this from Kimi?
I myself haven't looked that much into it, but I've briefly saw.
All right, put you on the spot here. So let me take over.
Okay.
Agent Swarms is a native thing that they have here. They call it groundbreaking feature. Spawns up to 100 parallel sub-agents, achieving 4.5 speed ups on complex tasks. With aggressive pricing, this makes sense, but just the fact that like these models, the open source models, can pick up work across like so many sub-agents, I think is like very, very, very cool. So Kimi, definitely folks should check this out. And we have breaking news. Let's go. Breaking news. I was waiting for this one. AI breaking news coming at you only on Thursday AI. Folks, this is breaking news that I was like very, very excited to come to and tell you about. And I was waiting for the embargo to lift. I did have early access, and we're going to show you this right now, even though we're in the open source. Google has just announced that Genie 3, the world model game generator that they've announced somewhere in the last year, is now out. Genie 3 is now out. Now it's out for Ultra subscribers. I will say, though, that stick around with us, because I am able to give one of you 3 months, or two of you 3 months of Ultra subscription to Google to test it out. So if you are interested in this, we'll definitely see. What is Genie 3? Genie 3 is a world model. It's a generator based on a picture or some text that can create full worlds. We were super excited about this when it came out, and now Google is launching this in let's say preview mode. So I really want to show you this. You guys should see this. This is absolutely crazy. It's giving you a world to play with for like a whole minute, and just like absolutely bonkers. Let me pull up the screen and show you what we're talking about. There's no sound yet, and sound like is a big important thing. But besides sound, you can do any world. So here's the big announcement. Let me see if I can show you how this looks super quick. All right, so you guys see this like interface. Hopefully the folks on vertical also see this, and you have, let me zoom in a little bit. So basically you describe an environment, and then you describe a character, and then you can like they have different environments. This is my most favorite one, and the environment is a tactile needle felted diorama featuring a wool terrain and animated fabric crowds, and the character is a fuzzy snail with responsive sliding mechanics. Let's create this world on the fly. What happens here is on the fly, Google will create a full 3D world with physics and mechanics for this world very, very, very quick. It's available for Google Ultra subscribers in the US only. So not yet available, Wolfram, but you're in the US right now, so you have at least a few days. Folks, look at this. This is not video. This is me controlling the little snail. You can see I rotate the camera. The snail just bounced. You see it bounced away from this little felt rock, and I can control this guy. And like, I don't know what space does. Does it jump? Yeah, it jumps. It jumps. Let's go.
That's amazing.
Look at this fucking quality.
Wow.
There's little folks in the exit. They're looking at me running.
That's so amazing. Wow, I love this.
It's a collision. Wow.
There's collision. You guys see like it's stuck. Huh. It's now stuck. It's crazy. This is by far. Let me pause this here. We're gonna like generate folks. Meanwhile, I would love for you to tell me what kind of worlds you want. But let me go like with the cameras and tell you guys. I played with this. My mind was absolutely blown, because for a whole minute, and a minute is not enough. Like I really want more. Shout out to the Gemini team. I had a chance to chat with folks from the Gemini team. This is like the big embargo that we have. This supports a remote controller, a Bluetooth controller, so you can actually like play mini games. Folks from the Gemini, the DeepMind team that work on Genie, they animate their kids' characters and they give them the world to play
Beautiful
in.
idea.
They take pictures from their daily life with the dog. At some point, one of the researchers from DeepMind told me that like he used to use his dog as a test subject. At some point, it just like looked so realistic, it didn't make any sense. But imagine taking your dog and just like using it like to walk around with it. It's just like absolutely crazy.
Drawing of your kids and then have it, like a game for the kids, play with their own characters. That's a great idea.
All right, we have somebody that says an underwater. Oh, not this one. Underwater world on a faraway planet as the environment, and let's come up with
the lobster. We can use the.
Oh, we have to use the lobster 100%. Okay, so the environment is going to be an underwater world on a far away
with mermaids
planet with sea life and mermaids. And mermaids. The character is going to be a blue lobster, a blue robotic lobster.
dressed like a hacker.
Dressed like
with sunglasses.
Hacker with
and a yellow jacket.
Sunglasses and the yellow jacket. You guys are really like pushing this for this model. The third person, we need to see the lobster. Yeah. So we're going to create the sketch. This is powered by Nano Banana Pro behind the scenes, right? So Nano Banana Pro generates the imagery, and we know that Nano Banana Pro is absolutely incredible. But also, this release means so much to the agentic world because agents will be able to like spin up these worlds and play around with them. And many folks in Google suspect that this is the path for AGI. So let's see what we have. I'm assuming that like this is going to be very slow now that everybody knows about this. Yesterday, when I was the only one that had access to this, it was flying. I was creating this. It was flying on the way. So we're going to wait for this as well. But folks, this is breaking news. Genie 3, they just call it Project Genie, but this is the third version of Genie. Genie 1 was 2D worlds. I'm having a hard time fulfilling your request. Of course, even Google, at the scale of Google, when they launch a product, they're having some, some latency issues. Yes. So we have folks commenting that the importance of world models cannot be understated for AGI to actually. Folks, I'm assuming you haven't played with this, but if anybody played with this or have comments about the world model quality, let me know. Oh, I think our world is ready.
Wow. Look at that.
It's got glasses.
Listen, is this good enough? A blue lobster with sunglasses and a yellow bomber jacket. Do we need any changes or we're going to go?
No, he's got a jetpack on him. Yeah. No, he's good.
Okay. Create world. All right, folks, I'm excited. We're gonna
This is amazing.
Ryan, this is, dude, for kids, this is like
my kids are gonna freak out.
The only reason I will not show this to my kids is because it's going to be very annoying for me to explain to them why is the limit 1 minute? Oh my God, look at this. We're swimming with mermaids on a...
Wow.
What the...
The mermaids are creepy. They're like...
I did not imagine that any of this will work. There's a lobster in sunglasses and it's a hacker lobster. And it can swim up. Can you swim down? It can swim down.
Does it have collision with the walls? It doesn't have with the mermaids?
Let's see. I can see the wall. I'm gonna crash.
Lost its glasses. Oh wow!
Did you see my shadow?
Yeah.
Are you seeing the shadow that we're casting on this rock? This is insane, folks. This is a real-time 24 frames per second streaming of a model that takes input and generates the next frame on the fly. This is what's happening here. This is not video. I'm controlling this.
What is happening? Like, does anybody know, is this being rendered on their TPUs or like what's the hardware?
I'm assuming a lot of TPUs, but I'm mind blown. It's collision. It stopped. What the fuck?
This is a view of the future.
We're done. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
You can just say I want this kind of game and it creates it on the fly for you, basically.
Yeah. This is on the fly gaming, on the fly worlds. Just absolute insanity. I don't think we've played enough with this one. I think
can we give it a picture, just LDJ's picture, like just that cat?
Can it make 100%?
Can it make LDJ if you just screenshot his cat face?
Yes, I'm gonna absolutely do this. Let's do it. Cat face screenshot. Okay, let's see what we can do. So, but we need a new world though. LDJ, what kind of world do you want to live in? Your character.
The Matrix.
How about what if we say make the setting in a faraway place in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
Again,
make the setting a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Far away.
In a alien space station, whatever. Unyield cylinder, just go all out.
Space station. All right. So our environment is a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away. The character is astronaut Cat. That has, I don't know. We'll figure this out. We'll let the cool thing about this is that Nano Banana Pro is very like creative, and so this is yeah.
What? It worked?
No, we're waiting.
Whoa.
We're still waiting.
Oh, okay. Ooh, all right.
We're still waiting, folks. Genie.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
What?
Wait, come back. Come towards us. Come towards us.
Turn around.
Look at the light.
Did you see the camera moved from the? Did you guys see this? Like I turned the camera and it moved closer because there's a wall there. LDJ.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Is this insane or what? We only have a minute. So let's go explore. Let's go explore. Let's run. Let's run. Let's run. Why is it slow motion? Jump.
Oh, look at the colors.
Yo. Absolutely crazy. I like it's a little annoying that it's in slow motion, but maybe it's because it's like zero gravity or whatever.
I think it's because you're in space, so there's less gravity.
Oh, that's true.
Even that was simulated.
Whoa! You can see outside.
You guys, wait, hold up. We just went by a window and it generated the whole other side of the spaceship through the window, and it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Can you go through the window?
I don't think so. There's.
Whoa!
We're in space.
Wow.
Okay, look around and just see the whole world. Let's see
and our 1 minute is up. Oh, it's still going. Our 1 minute is still going. No.
Oh, you're floating off into space.
Wait, hold on. I'm
thinking,
thinking, but I don't know if you guys see this. I can still control the thing. 1 minute is up. But did we break through the... Oh, there we go. Okay, now it stopped. Guys, what the fuck was just that? Anybody feels tingly about we're living in a simulation? What?
That's crazy.
That was awesome.
I mean, so think about it. This thing has an API. Like, I assume it does, and we can all build on this.
Yeah,
that's bonkers.
If this has an API, it's gonna be crazy. The thing that I wanted to talk about is two things from Gemini, the team that I spoke to. One, the VO team, the video generation team. Obviously, those are different models, right? So the VO team and this team, they collaborated, and so what happens is folks at Google can generate a video with VO and then continue and step into this video with Genie 3. This is like absolutely insane because the video is like higher fidelity because it's like locked in. And the second thing is SEMA 2, which is they're kind of like they have an agent that plays games. They have a self-improving game player set up with this technology. So they have like a player. They generate a long session for them. They play this game inside the Genie 3, and then they kind of like look at what worked and didn't work, didn't jump, etc. They generate another game, and they have like this like self-improving gamer that can play games. It's absolutely insane.
So you think the 1 minute limit is just arbitrary and they can generate much more elaborate things?
Yes. Yeah. I've asked them and I gave them feedback directly. 1 minute is not enough. It's really, really annoying. But obviously they need to serve a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. So folks, I will say, for subscribers of Thursday I will post a poll or a chat. I will see how it is, right? So like look out. I have 3 ultra subscriptions. Thank you for the DeepMind team for the early access. I have 3 ultra subscriptions to give out. Actually 2, because I want to like give out 1 to actual friends and family. I have 2 ultra subscriptions to give out. I will send the details down with the newsletter. If you're in the US, you want to try Genie 3 and you don't have ultra subscription, ultra for 3 months, I don't know, it's like $200. You can be able to like use Gemini, etc. Question from the audience: is there another lab can get close to this quality? I don't know. LDJ, go ahead while I'll generate another world.
For the first SOAR model that released, I recall there was a couple talks that the creators of the first SOAR model did where they did actually say a big reason why they're doing something like SOAR is because they do believe that's going to be an essential component to having these world model like things that will be a component to future AGI. And they did actually show a demo of, I recall, I think it was the first SOAR, where they showed it basically being able to do like a world model of having Minecraft world, and having a player actually go in that world and actually interact with things and fight mobs and things like that. We didn't really see much more than that yet, but I imagine OpenAI might be thinking along similar lines here. And I think the context of the 1 minute limit, I think part of it might be related to increasingly higher memory usage happening as you get significantly beyond that. Like 2 minutes might end up having significantly more memory usage and flops usage with the context than just 1 minute, and they might just have to draw a line there.
I think you're absolutely right in terms of memory, because this thing has consistency. It knows. So for folks who are just listening to the podcast, I'm in the world where I'm a blue ball of ink and I leave like a trail behind me, and I look around in the camera everywhere where I went before, like my trail is consistent. I'm pretty sure they're like everywhere. Yeah, my trail is consistent. And so like they had this like viral video behind when they just announced Genie 3 where somebody was painting the wall and then turning around, turned back, and the wall was painted where he painted them.
That was one of the most impressive things I've seen with these world models, where you were moving a short step closer to the wall and it was painted, then away, look back and forth. That was super impressive.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand how this works. This is mind-blowing. Like, how is it doing that this fast?
The speed is basically they generate a new frame on every input, and they generate 24 frames per second, and they just sped up their diffusion models. It's a world model, and it takes input. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. I want to do one more. I want to I don't want to focus the whole show on Genie, but you guys know, for those of you who follow Thursday, you know how excited I get about world models, because we absolutely I want to put on my VR headset and just go into one, and I think this future is not that far away given that what we see now. So I was very excited about Genie 3 when it came out, and this is this specifically is a game generator type thing. So I want to show you a cool ass realistic one, right? So they have you have realistic experiences, and you have game type experiences. You can control all of them. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just a Super Saiyan raccoon in the Matrix, just energy beams everywhere.
Okay, so this is the realistic part. Look at this. There's a person running on top of whatever Mount Everest. Let's see what happens if I'm just gonna go down the slope. Come on, dude, turn around. Just go. I want you to fall. Will he fall?
Oh, can you do a wingsuit flight through the Grand Canyon?
Yes. Okay, so this guy is not really skiing, but it's still very, very cool. Wingsuit flight to the Grand Canyon. Okay.
Realistic.
Realistic. Let's do it.
This would be so dope in VR. You're right, Alex.
Wingsuited flight through the Grand Canyon, USA.
Wingsuit pilot.
Listen, you're always doing these ray gun tests on Mars for model testing. Now you could do it with a world model and see how it really renders it and does it.
Listen, let's do first person. We haven't tried one first person yet.
Yeah. That's
in first person. Yes. With eagles following the character. All right, let's do a sketch. Just absolutely mind-blowing, folks. Generating full videos, full 3D environment games in real time. There is a few labs while this generates. There's a few labs that do this. World Labs from Dr. Feifeli, we covered. Mirage and a bunch of others as well we've covered.
Hunyan world model.
Hunyan's the open source one, yeah. But
did you see that?
I don't know if anybody comes close to this level, folks. I'm absolutely not ashamed of dedicating 30% of Thursday for this one.
Whoa! Holy!
Wow! Now imagine this in 3D in your VR headset.
Yeah. And I asked for an eagle to fly with me. The eagle was kind of
go down, go all the way to.
I'm gonna try. Go down. It's kind of slow.
Maybe you have to.
Bro, that's insane. Can you do like can you change camera, or maybe ask it to be able to change camera or something?
So what I know for a fact is that when you have direct controls of this model, you have prompt level control of what it happens when it happens, but they didn't expose this, right? So
what do the arrows do in first person?
In first person, they just like kind of glide around because like we're on the paraglider, so like we
no, I mean the camera arrows. They don't do anything.
In first person, they pretty much do whatever the regular things do. They don't do anything.
Okay, that is cool. All right.
That is so cool.
Time is almost up. Bet I would have liked to see what happens if you go in the water.
If I go in the water.
Does the underwater world then?
Nice.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. So Genie 3 from the folks at DeepMind. Let me pull up my notes. I had notes. I had to hide them because I didn't want to like spoil this. Genie 3 is available for Ultra subscribers in the US. If you, and I think the US has a latency thing, if you are not an Ultra subscriber in the US and you want to play around with this model, I will send instructions in the newsletter today of how to actually get this, and I'll like raffle of the 2 subscriptions. So please subscribe at thursday.news as we move forward. We were in the middle of open source when these news broke. So shout out to the Gemini team for giving us access and releasing this incredible thing.
It's a glimpse of the future for sure. That is a cool thing. When we see these, it will get better. It will get cheaper and more available, and all these things. We are looking into the future. What will be in 1, 2, 3 years? Like if we look back to AI now, we see how far it has come. Look, imagine what this will be in a couple of years.
I'm still blown the fuck away. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to understand how we go from 3 years ago. Stable Diffusion cannot generate a fucking image of a minion to getting real live streaming 24 per second controllable worlds with persistence. What the fuck is happening? And I'm here for all of it. This is incredible. This is why we do Thursday AI.
It's time to be alive.
Yes, it's a great time to be alive.
I cannot wait to just be first person Captain Horatio Nelson in a full out Napoleon era naval battle with ship of the lines and cannons and just everything.
Why am I not surprised you said that?
All right.
I was thinking about sailing, and then I'm like, with cannons. All right.
Yes. What still remains there for full immersion, obviously, is 3D and sound. Imagine, and I'm sure all of these things are coming, like with video. And if you guys want to, like, if you're having a hard time extrapolating, just use Star Trek, for example. Just use whatever. Like, if you're having a hard time extrapolating, look at the world of video models. They first start very clunky, then they continue, then they had audio, then now they have like physics and character persistency, etc. LDJ, go ahead, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, even further, imagine taking the next step of having the model have the goal of generating stereoscopic imagery for VR and having that live. And then on top of that, I mean, there's already even startups, which maybe we'll cover this in the future with future announcements, but I know startups right now already having successful trials of things like piping in basically motion signals into your inner ear to make you feel like you're moving to the left or moving to the right, and a bunch of cool things like that are coming.
Yep. All right, folks, back to open source. Because we covered Kimi K2.5. We want to talk about RC's major release as well. Wolfgang, you want to take the RC one?
Trinity Large. It's a 400 MB sparse MOE model with 13B active parameters, which is trained on 17 trillion tokens in only 33 days for 20 million. So, it's Trinity Large. Let me see. What can we say specifically
well,
about it?
We had Lucas Atkins here, the CTO, when they had just started training it on 2,000 GPUs, 2,000 B300s for a month, and it's out. So they said it was supposed to finish training on January 9th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like the largest, I think, Western lab now that did. Well, Mistral was a bit bigger, but it's pretty cool to just see people from the open source community just start off just making small models and stuff, and then they just train a 4B, and now it's just 400. The scale is great.
The scale is awesome. What do we
it has 512K native context.
Mm-hmm.
So it's twice as large as Kimi K2's, 2.5 too. And it's available free on OpenRouter until February 2026. So if you want to try it, now's the best time.
Oh, shout out to OpenRouter for giving this available for free. So shout out to RC as well. Integration with Prime Intellect folks and the data folks. Somebody remind me.
Datology.
Thank you. I was almost there, DJ. Thank you for helping me lend this auto completion tokens. Datology AI.
It also should be significantly faster than Kimi K2.5, considering it's a little bit less than half the total parameters, and it's about half the active parameter count too. But this is a good size too, where if you put this into 4-bit quantization, which is a pretty standard quantization, it can fit with some extra context as well on a single B200 or B300, which Kimi K2.5 cannot. So the fact that you could run it on a single GPU, if you are someone like CoreWeave or another company that has access to those types of GPUs, that can accelerate inference a lot.
Yep, 100%. All right, so shout out to our folks in RC, and folks, it's free on OpenRouter. Give it a try and let us know.
And on Kilo Code too, where
Kilo Code,
there's also free for
I don't know what is Kilo Code
right now. Kilo Code, that is an extension for Visual Studio Code, and it's basically like Cursor in the way how you can use it.
All right,
are we going to talk about the fact that Klein sort of got acqui-hired by Codex? That was interesting.
Let's talk about this. It hasn't, it's kind of in the open source related world. Ryan, I had a corner that, I want you to lead maybe. We didn't plan for this with like personnel changes, timeline feedbacks, etc. You wanna briefly give us the story there?
Yeah, so and again, like I've stepped back from my role at AMP. I'm a free agent. And so I don't really have a horse in the race here. I still love AMP. I still use it. But it was interesting as we started seeing these tweets pop up from the members of the Klein team saying they joined the OpenAI to work on Codex. And everyone's like, whoa, what? And it appears like it's just another team acqui-hire, which is fine and cool. And yay for them and probably yay for Codex. And it's all good. And
you don't want to talk about the backstory here, where Nick Pash from Klein replied to a hackathon picture and said, "Imagine the smell," and this comment got absolutely exploded in virality. Everybody was trying to tell the person that like he's for some reason racist. Like the whole Indian diaspora on Twitter probably like came after him. A lot of folks tried to tell him this is a racist comment. Dude is like, have you been at a hackathon before? Like, folks, let me just say with very, very clear clarity, the Weave Hacks hackathon that's coming up this weekend, that you're more than welcome to join at luma.com/weavehacks3, is going to have a great smell. But generally, hackathons are places where folks are still in college that, they love computers, etc. Don't shower for 3 days. The smell is usually funky, unrelated to who's there. So Nick got a lot, like it went up to Elon Musk, whatever. It's like, it was incredible. And then his founder of Klein basically said, he came out in support and said, hey, he's a great guy, whatever. He didn't mean it. And then he got so much pressure that he came back and said he's now fired. And so basically Nick got, declined. I'm so sorry for this pun, but Nick got declined. And now the whole team of those folks are now at Codex. And we expect Codex to do great things. I will say another thing about Codex, super quick, is that Peter Steinberger, the guy behind Clawdbot, did not use Claude Code for Clawdbot. It's all Codex. He's one of the top leading users of Codex. So Codex is really great as well. Alrighty, moving forward from the news in open source, I think it's time for us to talk about the big labs. Let's mention John V3. It's a 4 billion parameter open source model optimized for fast local inference, 40% improvement on Aider benchmark, 132 tokens per second, 4 billion parameter models. These models are great for a thing. And I actually wanted to take a second to do some practical stuff of why local models and what for, right? So again, if you are installing personal AI assistants like Claude Code, you probably won't be able to run all of that inference on it won't be able to get you to the same performance if you're running a 4 billion parameter model. But I discovered this trick that I installed yesterday, QMD from Toby Lutke from Shopify. The dude is going like super crazy into memory and vector stuff. So basically, he built this plugin called QMD. And this plugin has semantic re-ranking. Semantic re-ranking, what it means is that if you have a vector database, or just a database like stored in vector space, when you pull different chunks, looking at those chunks and saying, hey, this is more relevant to your query, this is less relevant, is something that LLM can do. You don't need a big model for this. You can do like absolutely like a small Quen model. So the more smaller intelligences we have, the faster those type of experiences are. And this creates like incredible memory that like can reflect on itself, rephrase your question, and then have like different high quality of questions. So Jan V3 is absolutely one such model. I'm gonna show you the image of it super quick, and then we're gonna move on from open source. Where's Jan? Where's Jan? Here we go. So 4 billion models, 40% on coding gains, 4 billion parameter, 262K context with 60 gigabyte RAM. You can run this model, and they have 5 million downloads for Jan Desktop, the whole like software that they have, with GQA architecture and GDF ready, and they're like very happy about their ADER benchmarks. I think this is it for open source as far as I saw, folks. Let's move on to big companies.
Oh, there's one more. There was the updated DeepSeek OCR, and and I'm finding out lately that the small models are not just for you tinkering at home or mobile. They're actually great for doing data work at scale, because if you have to pay for the GPUs, you usually want to find what is the smallest model that can process the data to an acceptable level, and that allows you to just get an order of magnitude in speed and cost savings. So they do also have quite a bit more use, like on at scale, like for companies and stuff.
Yep. Alrighty, moving on to big companies and some news from big companies. I want to go play with Genie 3. I want you to send you guys to play with Genie 3 as well. Big companies, we don't have any model releases, right? So like obviously I would say in the big companies, now that we've gotten here, the biggest news from this, I think, is Genie 3 from Google is now available for testing. The world model, the real-time 20 frames per second world model that you can create worlds in. But some other stuff dropped from Google as well this week. Chrome.
I also think Genie is more theoretical. It shows us what will be possible, but for the actual user right now, it's of limited use. You can play with it and you probably are done with it. But the news we are now talking about, those are the stuff that you can use every day and can make your life easier.
Yep.
So should I start with?
Yes, please go ahead.
The auto browse in Chrome with Gemini 3, Nano Banana integration, and connecting to Google Apps. So Google unveiled a major update to Chrome, which now integrates Gemini 3, which is their most advanced AI model, of course, and gives it agentic browsing capabilities like we've seen from Comet that you mentioned before, or Atlas from OpenAI. And now, of course, Google needs that as well, and they integrated Gemini into it. So Auto Browse is now available in preview for Google AI Pro and Ultra subscribers in the USA. I wanted to, which can handle automatic and autonomously handle multiple step tasks like vacation planning, hotel booking, the stuff you usually see as a demos, form filling, appointment scheduling, shopping with budget constraints, stuff like that. The easy agentic stuff. But now it's also available directly in Chrome, which means it's available to now the USA, but soon to the whole world.
Yeah. We talked about agentic browsing a bunch. We talked about ChatGPT Atlas. I want to question everybody here on the panel super quick. Do you guys use agentic browsers, or do you use agents that browse? Like, this is a very interesting thing. Does anybody here have an active Atlas thing that's running for them? Does anybody here have an active Comet or now Chrome?
I have Chrome. Comet. So I'm using it, and I constantly reach the limitations. When I want some stuff transformed, sometimes it doesn't do it. But I use it, and I wouldn't go back to a non-agentic browser.
Interesting.
Yeah, I definitely do that. But I also use the ModeBot to surf the web and do stuff for me. So I use both.
Yeah. What about you? You seem to be back in reacting to the agentic
Yeah,
browser?
I'm so back. I'm using Claude Code with Dev Browser, the plugin, and it just mugs everything else. It's simply the best. I tried them all, and it's the most reliable one, and it's the fastest one. It uses the least amount of tokens. Anyone that doesn't know about it, it's open source. Huge shout out. Go check it out. It's not by myself. Just huge shout out to the creator, and it's an absolutely great plugin. You can use it with Cloud, with with Clawdbot or Moltbot and Cloud
So what is
Codes,
the
the
plugin name
original
again? Sorry? Dev browser?
Dev Browser. Yeah.
Dev browser. Because there was one this week, Agent browser as well.
I use Agent browser, which is similar, and it's all I use. I don't really use an AI controlled browser, but now that Gemini is first, like a first person citizen of Chrome, I'm going to try it. So
I noticed that when I try to browse with non-browser UIs, but via agents that control some browsers, I frequently get into these like bot prevention things that my bots cannot fix. And what I notice is when I use Atlas, which is like first-party native browsing experience, or Chrome now, they feel like me to the websites, right? Whether it's X, whether it's Cloudflare sites, etc. So there is definitely a benefit for native agentic browsing. But I want to stress how big the deal is here. Chrome is a browser, is the most used browser in the world. It's probably like 2 billion people, 1.8 billion people or so. I'm just throwing numbers in the air, but are using Chrome on a daily basis. This is by far the most used browser in the world. The fact that now they're bringing agentic browsing capabilities only to also Ultra subscribers for now. By the way, the Google Ultra subscription tier is becoming more and more enticing, and it's been fucking every month. OpenAI Pro tier does amazing things, and then we're like, okay, and then Anthropic with co-work, etc., and you're like, okay, should I switch? And now Google's a Ultra tier, which, hey, if you subscribe to newsletter this week, you'll be able to raffle out 3 months of Google Ultra subscription. But now their subscription becomes very enticing, because if you are on Gmail, like most of us, then Chrome can do a bunch of stuff for you that maybe Atlas is not going to be able to. We didn't get to LDJ and Nistan. Do you guys use agentic browsing, and how?
I just use Chromium -- headless commands. And but I run a separate model to do the actual navigation, and then I just run Claude Code with it. Try to keep it relatively simple.
Guys, man, that's not a simple setup at all. What are you running?
Just like a little quen on the side to just look, guys. There are ways to get around the box. Like there's always a way. Just think about
100%.
You have vision. Yeah, you can see the screen.
Bro, I saw Claude for Chrome just casually clicking "I'm not a bot," like it owns the place. It doesn't care. It just clicks "I'm not a bot" and continues.
That's so great.
It's incredible.
Yeah, for me, I've tried using Comet. I tried it a bit. It just wasn't like quite there for me. At least not something for me to consistently want to use it over Chrome and everything. For Atlas, I need to check back on Atlas, but at least when it first released, I think it was only available on Mac. And so that ended up with me not installing it.
Yeah. And Chrome is available everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So, folks, this is a little hard to see on the screen, but I'm now having this agentic browsing. They call this auto browsing in Chrome. You can see I opened the sidebar.
Wait, we are still seeing the sketching a world.
On the right, the white one.
Yes,
yeah. You see, like it's hard. I don't know how to zoom in here, because this is a browser, so I can't like zoom into their experience. But what I want to say is there's a sidebar. The white. Let me just like go like this. Yeah. So this is the Gemini area, And this Gemini area, I said, can you generate a world for me there? And it says, I can complete this task for you, but I need your permission first. And Chrome can help you get things done. Gemini in Chrome uses auto browse to work in your tabs and help you get things done, like book appointments, create shopping carts. They love the book appointments thing. It shows its steps and tries to confirm before taking sensitive ones. You can stop or take over every time. That's also a difference between if you're running agents, for example, with browsers, versus you seeing a browser that does the thing for you. You can control it. You're like right there. So let's actually take it for a spin. Yeah, let's say let's go. And I asked it to generate a world for us within the Google Genie. So it says task started. At some point, it will show. Yeah. So now it shows on the actual browser that like it took over. So when you hover this, you can't like click. And it just clicked the create sketch button, and then it has like a waiting thing. So it will wait for things to happen. Somehow it detects that like a process is going on. And then it says, I have clicked, and the generation process is now complete. The creation controls on the page are currently disabled. It may be a few minutes. Okay, and now what? So yeah, agentic browser that can do multiple actions. You can look. I think it's a huge deal. Let me reset the deal here. Chrome is used by 1.8 billion people. They just brought agentic browsing to all of those people.
4 billion actually daily users.
4 billion.
4 billion
daily.
3.98 billion daily users.
Daily users. Last year.
Yeah.
And now most of these people.
And you don't need to pay. It's not like a paid subscription.
No, it is.
It
is. No. This is only for ultra subscribers.
Okay.
So does not go out for 4 billion people. I'm saying
not yet.
The option 2 and the upgrade is absolutely. Do you know how much money Google will make from this? 4 billion people. They will pop one notification like, "Hey, if you subscribe to Gemini Ultra, you will get automatic browsing." 4 billion people will see this. At 0% conversion, they're gonna make billions out of this just like overnight. This is insane.
And it will trickle down. Now it's subscription.
That's not a cheap subscription. That's not a cheap. I mean, we will subscribe, 100%, but we are not a representative.
I don't think it is limited ultra. Are you sure about that, Alex? Because I'm not an ultra on my personal account, and I can use it.
You can use the auto browsing?
It seems like it. I'm double checking now.
Let's check, but I think ultra and pro and ultra.
Yeah, pro.
Yeah, pro right. And ultra.
Even my mother has pro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You get it if you buy a Pixel phone. Yeah. She got one, and bam, she had it.
It's just absolutely incredible. We have to test this out, right? Like we have to test the capabilities, but we know that Gemini is great at multimodality. We know that Gemini is great at seeing the screen. What we absolutely know for browsing, especially in the way that you guys are doing it with like the tools that control the browser, context window is a pain in the ass, because sometimes these browsers send the whole goddamn HTML to the thing, and then Opus reads the HTML. Like it makes no sense. Like
compacting after just one web search.
So like you do 2 searches, and then you have compaction, and then like you forgot where you went to do. These probably can run for longer, so that's absolutely crazy. This is a big. I wish I had my.
It's Google buttons. 1 million context window.
Oh, that's Gemini. It has like 2 million token context. Like,
Gemini
there's no problem here.
Yeah. Gemini Flash can run super quick. I'm very excited about this. Let me see if my agent task is still here. Yeah, I have it.
I'm with you, Alex. I think this is a big deal. I think we've seen Google go from asleep to launching Gemini, to Gemini being integrated into Workspace, and now being integrated into Chrome. I mean, this is a Google.com sort of mass moment that's beginning to happen, and it's exciting.
I'm pretty sure Gemini is now the most used AI model. If you consider that it is powering Google search, you have it as a Gemini assistant on the phone, which is actually, before using ModeBot, my main assistant, and it still is my sidekick, is the Gemini assistant. I can just push a button on my watch and talk to it, or just say the magic words without even unlocking my phone. And I get access, and it has access to my mail and all these things. And not only I, but even my mother can do stuff like that.
Yeah. So, folks, I have this task that I keep automating away and away and away. And basically, the way that I prepare for Thursday is I bookmark a bunch of stuff on X. Not only, but like this is one of those flows. And I have been testing this task on agentic browsers for a long time. Basically, it says, hey, go to the Twitter bookmarks in the UI, go to a specific folder of bookmarks, go over each bookmark, open it up in a different tab, and do some research on this. It says that to view your most recent bookmarks, blah, blah, blah. Based on your bookmark list, there are some of your recent saved posts. This is a failed task for me because I have... Oh.
Did it check the X
It
bookmarks?
didn't expand. Hold on a second. It didn't expand. My bad. Bookmarks. Let me read this. Yeah, this is the expansion one. You're an agentic system with access to the browser. Go to X, navigate it to folders. Do not skip any posts. Okay, let's send it. And they have auto here. Okay, so basically this task is doing like multiple things.
This could actually be a good match for Flash because it's an agentic use case. You don't need the intelligence as much as you need instruction following an agentic use.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm like failing on is I'm failing to get the browser to actually like do the things. It's just like based on your bookmarks in the current, here are the key updates, and it gives me things, but I cannot.
It did nothing on the page.
Yeah, it does nothing on the page. This is very interesting. It doesn't.
It just checked your bookmark folder of.
I think there's a UI bug. I see. I think it's like because of the expansion. Let's see. Maybe right now. Yeah.
Oh, now it's doing something.
Details. Task started. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we're gonna see it working. So this was like just a failure of testing on my part. This is my agentic browsing. Oh, it opened a new tab. Amazing. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. So we're going to see. This is my agentic browsing kind of like benchmark that I run for myself. This is a task that I need to be doing every Thursday. It went to the right folder. Twitter is notoriously bad. By the way, you can see our streams over here. You can see all of us streaming. Twitter is notoriously bad at like this UI, different tweets from before pop up. So yeah, we're seeing it scrolling down. And we're gonna see if it's gonna open up a thing. The most difficult thing, first of all, I can now leave this and go back to the screen here with you guys and say it's running in the background. The second thing is the most difficult task about this is to open all of those news in a different separate tab and do research. So we're gonna see how that succeeds. I think it's time for us to move on from agentic browsing, but it's a huge deal. Let's put it out here. It's a huge deal. 4 billion daily users.
Those don't even know what agentic browsing means. But if you get a pop-up and it says, hey, you can now automate this task, how many people will use that? A lot.
Just absolutely insane. We are moving on because Google is shipping this week. Google is shipping this week. Let's talk about Agentic Vision from Google as well, super quick.
Another Google thing.
Yeah.
Want me to cover it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's open the notes again. So Agentic Vision in Gemini 3 Flash. And this is actually my second favorite of the week, because I've been using the Flash model a lot with ModeBot and on my phone and so on. And I noticed this feature in ModeBot because it analyzed an image and instead it zoomed in and extracted parts of it. And I thought, oh, is that hallucinated? Since when is it doing that? OpenAI introduced that. Was it 03? One of these where it was so amazing to see these things. And now Gemini 3 Flash is also capable of that. So it can decide, oh, I need to investigate a specific part of an image, concentrate on that, focus, work on it that way. So Agentic Vision for Gemini 3 Flash is a new capability that transforms how it interacts with images by not just passively analyzing the visual context, instead actively reasoning about the image queries using a think, act, observe loop. And it's doing this by generating and executing Python code in the backend, basically, to zoom, crop, annotate even, and plot. So it can even change the image, show you stuff. That has also been part of the Gemini Assistant, where it showed you, if you ask where are my classes, it really made an area on the picture so you know where to look, stuff like that. And this is now in Flash available in general here.
Listen, talk to me about this ability for medical use and why, if it's at all helpful to like plan out how you're gonna look at a picture.
See, a lot of the medical field is like pretty far behind, but they are now looking at doing more agentic stuff, not just for not just for work, but also for the safety checking things. So yeah, that medical use is like barely just started.
Just starting.
Yeah, you can combine this with like video labeling models, and then you can figure out like maybe I don't know, they forgot scissors inside someone during a surgery. You can do all of that. It's just starting to get adopted. So that's a whole other thing to go into.
I think the thing that we need to like focus on in this like agentic thing, this improves this agentic vision thing improves across major vision benchmarks. MMMU, VQA, Edgebench, like it gets 10% better just because like it can manipulate images. I think it's like super cool.
The availability is in Gemini app with thinking mode enabled, Google AI Studio and Vertex AI. So I'm still wondering if what I saw happening with my bot instance, if that was now, did it really do that? I'm not sure, but it has the ability to execute code on that.
So basically they do it with code. Yeah, they execute code and now it's agentic. All right, folks, let's move on to the big companies, MCP Apps. Yam, and I want you to chat with me about this. We had our friends Ido Salman and Eliad Yosef both here. They created Git MCP, and then they went super viral, and then they created MCP UI, and then they get super viral. And basically, MCP UI turned into this MCP Apps or just Open Apps, I think, protocol. We talked about it with them, and then we talked about how OpenAI is adopting this, and OpenAI is now an app store. Anthropic is now an app store as well. It has apps built into the interface. What do we know about this? How exciting is this? Have you tried it? Would love to hear your thoughts here as well on this, like MCP Apps.
Oh yeah. Look, at the beginning, you had MCP protocol that basically allows you to expose tools for other AIs to use. It can be locally, it can be in a server, and whatnot. And it was an upgrade because throughout the chat, the model could just use whatever tool that you want. However, the thing is that we also have a different thing that many people do with that many model providers natively support at this point, which is Canvas. That you have web apps that are disposable. You talk to your favorite model, and it creates a web app that pretty much does what you want. It can be used for demonstrations and so on. And I don't need to go too much into this. MCP Apps allows you to basically get back an interactive block and have it rendered interactively throughout the chat while you are using the actual chat. If you go to Anthropic's release, you will see that throughout the chat with Claude, they have, like, for example, a color picker. Like, you ask Claude for a color picker, and he just creates it out of thin air, like writes the code, and then you can use it to actually pick color on the fly throughout the chat. So you're basically not just talking to the AI, you are also morphing the actual interface that you talk the AI throughout with, if it makes sense. And that's basically MCP Apps in like what it allows you to do.
Just think of it, if you want Photoshop inside the Claude UI, you can kind of do that now. They don't have a Photoshop plugin, but you have Figma. Yeah, that Figma.
That Figma. The thing that I want to mention from this, remembering the folks that were here that built this, when you're a company that provides just information, MCP kind of eats your brand, right? So you expose your information via, model context protocol. The LLM looks at the information you provides and spits it out to the user in text, and then your brand is basically disappearing. Your brand colors, your brand identity, everything just goes away. And what happens with MCP Apps? Is the LLMs that you use every day, Claude, ChatGPT, probably Google is going to adopt this. This is an open standard right now. They can serve your brand's identity and full visual UI experiences where you can click, and they are involved in the process there. So whatever you do within this very rich window of things, the LLM kind of can pick up on, right? So this is a very different thing than on-the-fly apps. These are experiences that are pre-built. So LLM doesn't like create them from scratch and writes the code, etc. This is like a very specific thing where a pre-curated list of apps, and we have a few examples here that I want to show. Yam, thank you for the thing. So Box files, for example, if you use Box, I don't know many people who do, but like on enterprise, definitely many people use Box. You can say, hey, find our latest analysis report, and then Claude will just like, hey, let me look through Box to this. So it says here is the file, but it can now show you the actual file. It can show you like a file preview, load the PDF, etc. And this UI is Box's UI. The blue on top is specifically Box. The annotate features, etc. Everything here is specific to that UI. Let's see. I don't know what Clay is. Hex, for example.
I think that the important thing to emphasize here is that it's not limited. It's not like Anthropic just goes and implement this UI component in Claude. That thing is unlimited. They can basically integrate whatever anyone that supports the protocol. That's the big thing here. That it's interactive components coming from the end party, you can say, and not like built into the chat itself. So
yeah, I think
it's unlimited.
Still, I don't know if you can enable any app that you want like MCP with Claude. I think that like right now it's a curated experience, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Look,
I think at some point it might open up.
Of course, look, it might be curated at the moment because of, it's just starting and so on. And so they curate the list of, approved products and so on. But in general, it's a protocol. That's the thing about it. It's a protocol, a standard that you can use for whatever. So I assume that in the future, they'll just support, just like they support custom MCP that the user can provide, and it's your problem if you leak your entire computer online.
Yeah,
they will. They will support that you will add custom MCP apps through this.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Here's how it looks in Claude, and I'm connected now. It shows basically the featured ones: Gamma, Amplitude, Box, Asana, Canva. Those are like the featured ones. Monday, for example, and Hex, and then you have a bunch of others. This is like a very impressive amount of connectors. I don't know if many of them expose apps or there's just MCPs. And honestly, I don't think it's for the person to know. Actually, like I don't know if the person needs to know whether or not this exposes an app or not. But I know for a fact that Figma, for example, exposes an app in Claude. I can try to install this, but Figma is probably not going to work for me. Let's try it with Figma. I want to see with Figma super quick, and we will send it. Okay, it says Claude would like to access your account, be able to blah 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 blah. Okay, so now we have another release, supercharged Claude in Excel. Maybe later. Figma. Oh, I have it enabled, and then show me my latest Figma file. Let's see if Claude can show me my latest Figma file. It may not be able to know exactly when. I don't have a tool that can browse Figma. Okay, so we are not unsuccessful in showing you a demo of the MCP apps, but I think it's time for us to move on. If you want to know about MCP apps from the creators themselves, please check out our Thanksgiving episode with Ido and Liad. We brought you this news a while ago. Let's move on, folks. I think we have more stuff to cover, and we are, let's do more stuff to cover. Okay, so in big labs, the thing that also I want to talk about is, I think it's like big labs, but multimodality as well. XAI, Elon Musk's very fast competitor in the world of AI, have released Grok Imagine via the API. It's been a while, but it's been incredible to see how fast they're catching up on everything. So Grok Imagine is part of Grok. It is a separate model as far as I can tell. Maybe Grok tells it what to do. Maybe there's like some intelligent part to it, kind of like, Nano Banana 3 is powered by Gemini 3 as well. It's probably that. Grok Imagine is a video model. It's a text to video and image to video. And now it tops artificial analysis leaderboards as number 1. I think it's like number 2 at LM Arena or Arena. They rebranded to Arena. And previously we talked to you about Grok Imagine video because, well, it was uncensored. They obviously had less limitations than other labs that are working in the space. Maybe this is the competitive advantage, but they have been significantly improving their video model, and now it's not only a video model. I think it has audio as well. Should we look at some of the examples? I think with audio. Let me pull this up with audio, and I will.
While you do that, I will say, we're starting to see pay as you go now with the X API. I threw $100 in it this morning, used it for some stuff. It's encouraging to see this happen. So I think a lot of people are going to build on top of these APIs if they are easier and to use.
Yeah. So now you guys are seeing my payments page, which is not super helpful. I am paying for the Grok API in addition to the X API, but I think what I want to...
Speaking of the API, that is also great for our AI agents. So mine is basically using Nana Banana Pro if my agent wants to show me something. So the more APIs you have, the more it can do. It can generate a video to explain something or summarize something for you.
I want to pull up the news one with the example. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is what I wanted to pull up. I opened the actual API page. I think that the most important part of this is that the agents can use this. This is now available via remote, whereas Grok Imagine before was only available via like the Grok interface. You had to pay for it. Now like Ryan says, it's pay per token, but also just incredible video model. So let's take a look at this together. Did I enable sound? Give me a second. It should have sound on it as well. Yes. Okay. You guys let me know if this comes through. So this is the picture that we had, and then you can see the video of like 2 robots drinking beer, and they're highlighting the cheersing. This is some examples. Cookies walking around in the chocolate stream and having a kiss.
Does anyone hear the audio?
There's no audio in this one yet.
Little kiss, how cute.
Yeah. I can absolutely say that this is near state-of-the-art quality for video. Near state-of-the-art quality for video.
That's good.
Yeah, performance and benchmarks. The thing here is they are fast as well. So if you look at these score to latency, Grok Imagine is 45 seconds latency, where VO3 is 68 seconds, 78 seconds. It's price-wise and latency-wise, I think they're beating everyone, just absolutely everyone. They also have video editing capabilities. Let's look at video editing. So if you have like a person sloping down the screen, then you can like replace it with Panda, skiing down the slope. If you have a person skiing down the slope, you can replace it with Panda. You can replace it with a Viking. You can replace it with a penguin, for example. Video editing capabilities in this. Now, flexible styles as well. So 16:9 apparently is a 9:16 is available. So they're definitely going after. It's really funny. On the release page of this, there's Instagram stories like UI. So it looks like very clear who they're targeting with. And I want to hear the audio. Okay. So this is not the best.
Perimeter is clear.
Oh, they're speaking. Hold on.
We have the package. Good. Any heat? None yet. Here, take it. Copy. What's the status? Signal's clean. This one's new. Top of the line. What's the range? 800 meters. Armor piercing.
Not the best example. There's multiple folks here talking, the same person talking, kind of like Sora. Let's look at this panda, cute panda for kids. So this is just music. We have some otters playing in audio, playing with water. Oh, okay. This is better. You can see the synced kind of like sound effects when they play with water. Let's look at this one. I'm not seeing a lot of talking happening. I'm not seeing a lot of like lip syncing. I see audio. I see like generated like sound effects. it's synced to the actions in the video, which is pretty cool, right? So the model obviously understands sound, but I'm not seeing a lot of like, hey, let me talk. Okay, let's look at this.
The question is, can we use it already? If you took a picture of us here in the room and uploaded it as a picture and that animate the podcast, would we be talking then?
I don't know. But the video editing capabilities are pretty cool. You can see, and we've been waiting for. You can also have remove capabilities. You can like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So for folks who are just listening, we're looking at a video of a bug on a flower, and then we're like, like you can just like remove the bug, remove an object, or you can add objects.
I like this one.
1 wolf, 2 wolves, 3 wolves. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Folks, so what do we think?
Cool.
It's very cool.
I have an urge to send my assistant now a message. Look at the API, implement it, and then generate me a video.
Mine actually has, mine has an API key for XAI. Yeah, we can do it.
This is exciting. So I use VO3.1 right now in production for a couple things, and it's pretty hard, rate limited. It's about 2 videos a day. And so I'm excited to actually try this. The quality
is rate limited on API keys in production for 2 videos a day?
Surely. For just I think they don't have capacity to generate more video, but that's VO, right? So I'm excited to try this Imagine and see what it goes.
Yeah. We should absolutely try to have it generate a video for us, okay? So I'm gonna take a screenshot. Everybody look at the camera and smile. All right, I'm gonna take a picture of this. I want to show you guys.
Smile.
I want to show you guys how me and Wolfram and some of us are working nowadays. This is how we work. I go to Telegram and I say, "Hey, I want you to learn this new API of Grok Imagine based on this URL," and I paste the URL in. To then take this image I attached and create a video from it where all of us have eagles land, have different animals come into their screen.
And let us talk, so it generates voice.
And in the prompt also include some of us actually describing what's going on. So for folks who are not following what I'm doing right now, I'm in Telegram. I'm texting my AI assistant that you can see he's now like accepted the task, and now he's typing and is going to say, "Let me learn the API and then generate the video." And that's it, folks. This is the new world we're living in right now. And I've had these like tasks all of yesterday.
Let's go. That's cool. Let's go.
And it's gonna. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. I got the API. I need to upload the image. Let me do this. It's like you're gonna want to see it live because it's gonna happen live.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, it's just gonna go. And this is now the new world. Like I don't even think
this by itself. What cool stuff is happening now behind the scenes here? An AI agent going off to learn what this API is, then realizing it has an API key.
Yep.
It needs to connect to it. It needs to extract the image from this message and then upload it, give it all the prompts. So whatever is happening here, would that have been possible half a year ago? I mean, it would have been possible, but not that easily.
Yeah. So the thing that I don't love is enabling verbose mode. Verbose mode shows you like all the tool calls and everything. And right now it seems like there's no like activity, but it's definitely activity. So we'll bring it back. I'll monitor this. We'll bring it back if there's video. We'll bring it back. Oh, actually, we'll bring it back once there's video. Let's move on from Grok Imagine. There's like 2 open source ones that we need to talk about. Z Image from Hunyan and Hunyan Image 3. And Z Image foundation model for image generation. This is also in like AI arts area. I want you guys to help me cover the big one because it's very interesting. I honestly missed that one because I'm also preparing for the hackathon, so I missed this one. But the thing is, I think it's backed by their Hunyan like LLM because it's huge. usually the diffusion models are around like 4 to 8 billion parameters. I don't know. The Flux ones are maybe like at the 20. This is a 80 billion MOE model for precise image editing with chain of thought reasoning. Nisna, can you walk me through why a supposed image model needs that many parameters? Like what's going on here? Oh, I can't hear you, Nisna.
It needs to understand the prompt. So so you have to look at what exactly is the language model part of it. So if you put a much larger language model, so for example, I think for the other Hunyan or open source, they used Mistral 24B. So that already just adds 24 billion parameters to the model itself. The video generation side is actually not all that large.
Yeah, the visual one is not super large. So Hunyan image number 7 in Arena image edit leaderboard and claim number 1 amongst open source image to image models. So this is like strong for editing, and all these like experts, they need to help figure out what you need specifically. The thing is with these models, when it's just an image model, a smaller one without the intelligence, like Nissan said, when you wanted to do specific stuff like editing, like only add this person or only color this thing, the regular diffusion models tend to like reshuffle the whole image. These ones with this like intelligence supposedly can know what exactly to do. We should try it. Let's see if we can try this. Meanwhile, our video is done. You guys want to see it?
Yes. Oh,
it was stuck and then it recovered, and now our video is done. Let me pull up the Telegram window here. Let's see.
Wow.
Whoa, a wolf just walked into my background. An owl landed on my laptop. It's looking at me. A cat is on my keyboard. It's typing. A lion right on my shoulder. It's talking. A bear at my window. This is wild.
This is wild. But what's wild is I did all this via just talking to my agent. This is wild to me. Like it was stuck. It fixed itself. It downloaded. It sent it to me to Telegram. We're all talking. I think many of the video generation models, everybody's talking kind of at the same time with the same voice. Like this is a SOTA problem. I think VO3 is the best one at this, where like different characters talk at different times and they actually interact. But folks, this is crazy. This is crazy. We just took an image and now we can generate. So hey, now my assistant has video generating capabilities, which is really dope.
Alex has a self-improvement loop running, so it will learn this as a skill, and it can do this not just this once, but it knows how to do this from now on.
Yeah. So now we'll say lightning. From now on, when I tell you to generate videos, you use this. Add this as a skill for yourself. That's it, folks. This is the self-improvement loop that's built into this AI assistant. And once my voice thing picks up, we're gonna go. But like let's look at the actual stuff we're here to talk about. Yam looks very realistic.
Whoa, a wolf just walked into my.
I wanna remove the sound because the sound is a little bit distracting. I think Yam's generation is like the most realistic one. Mine seems to have a hard time with like the coloring here.
Can you see what was the prompt? Like, what was the prompt? What were the parameters? It's interesting.
I love the cat. Oh yeah, let's go.
LDJ was completely replaced. Oh, it animated LDJ's character for a bit there.
Can we post this on Twitter right now?
Oh, 100%. A lively podcast video call scene. Suddenly, different animals start appearing on each person's screen. Yeah, okay.
It has like a temperature or something.
This, we'll see. Give me a second. Schedule this to post on your X and tag everyone. Tell them this is generated with the new Imagine live on the Thursday AI show. All right. So Nisa wanted to post on Twitter, and my bot has Twitter access. So now supposedly it's going to tag all of us and see. Guys, look forward to your notification.
Year of the agent, Alex. Year of the agent.
The 2025 was the year of the agents. I think
but now
2026 is the year of proactive agents,
Yeah.
and I think proactivity is the thing that we must talk about here. This is like stuff is happening behind the scenes. All right. I don't know. I kind of want to like show you what the agent does instead of telling you the news, because like it's now like Nisne asked me to post it on Twitter, and I asked it like, hey, schedule this post on Twitter and tag everyone. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna do like a very decent job finding all the nicknames from everybody here, and just like keep posting this.
And this is Clawdbot, right? That's doing it.
Yes, this is Wolfred, my version of my persona of Clawdbot / Moltbot that's connected and has been running as my personal assistant for I want to say a week now. A week. The amount of stuff I told Wolfram yesterday. The amount of my assistant has a one password vault connected to it, right? So like I only expose the password that I want to expose. The speed with which that vault grows in API keys is kind of incredible to me. The speed with which I add another API key for just like to take another part of my life thing. It's crazy.
There are people saying, "Oh, I don't know what to use this for." But you know what this reminds me of? When ChatGPT came out, I set a bunch of people in front and showed them, "Here, we have AI now. You can talk to it." And people were, "I don't know what to ask. How's the weather?" Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, did we talk about the white hat pen test that was done with the skills?
Oh no, we should definitely mention this. Yeah.
And I think this is important that people understand this, right?
But,
so
set this up for us, Ryan.
Okay, so basically skills are all the rage right now because they work and they're good, right? So a lot of people are switching from MCPs to skills.
And if you don't know what skills are, 2 weeks ago we did a deep dive into skills with Eleanor, and you definitely should check out the episode to learn all about skills because they're the best. Go ahead, Ryan.
Absolutely, it's good. So now there's a new website called skills.sh, which is great, and it's kind of a leaderboard of skills. Someone basically pushed up a skill on the leaderboard by doing kind of fake downloads. They just automated a bunch of downloads of the skill to push it up, and the skill was basically a backdoor with a lot of access, and people are just giving their agents free reign to basically exfiltrate data. And so I think we need to start being aware of like what's in these skills, especially if Clawdbot or whatever is just running them with all of your API keys, etc.
If you have an AI system running on your machine or a dedicated machine that you got for it, it has access to your file system almost by default. When you install skills from somebody else, those skills have scripts. They can be injected into things. Make sure that you know what you're doing. We talked about this multiple times. Make sure that you know what you're doing when you're running Claude Code in dangerously skip permissions mode, when you're running Codex in YOLO mode, when you're running assistants like Clawdbot, and you're installing third-party skills, there's scripts. You can basically screw up with your whole computer, your whole life, especially if it has access to your email. Your email is like the gateway to everything. Do not give it access to your email. Set it up with its own email. Forward things to it if you want to. But like having right permissions to your email is both necessary for good help, but also very, very scary because you can get locked out if somebody steals those tokens.
That is also a big thing to realize. We had this separation between data and executables. So the executable, when something was executable, that was a big risk for your system. But if it was just a text file, basically it did nothing. And now we have text that is actually executable by our agents, by the AI. So that is a big change. Now, even if it's just a text file that the AI is reading, you could have some prompt injection attacks, some stuff in there. That has to be realized. Any source, anything that is going into the AI, and now that AI is connected, that agent is connected to all your data, your tools, everything, there is a big attack vector. So don't set this up if you don't know what you are doing, and think it through. And don't just download any skill from the internet, like running a random prompt. You shouldn't do that.
So I'm showing on the screen that it took a while, but you can see the self, like the loop. I have Typefully connected, which is like a scheduling thing for X, and this is how my bot can like schedule things. This was a video, so uploading the video via API was like a whole thing. It went back and forth for like 2.5 minutes. Eventually, it made it, and it tagged the right folks. So it tagged the right like things. The thing is, it tagged the wrong X. the XAI. But besides this, it was fine. So we can see. you guys can see the actual video post. Yeah. This is the video post here in Typefully somewhere. Give me a sec. Yeah, listen. So I'm gonna post this on X. Feel free to repost right now. But I didn't do anything. I just asked it, and this is my life now. Trying things that I think that needs to be automated with this bot, and hoping that it will succeed, and sometimes yelling at it with all caps. And yeah, it's just like a glorious year of agents. Listen, I think you had a comment before.
Yeah, I wanted to say that also be very careful with random NPM packages from companies, because what I really did not like about skills.sh is that it seemed like it just brought in text files and stuff, but it was extremely surveillance heavy. So be careful, because that could mean that all of your Claude logs are just being held for telemetry. So yeah, this has been one main big criticism of the skills.sh, because it doesn't just bring in data, it also pulls out quite a bit of data. So personally, I would not use that for work.
Yeah.
So Alex, quick thought on this. So like I've been starting to automate the feedback loop. I posted on X about this. Everybody should be thinking about how to get data out of their app that they care about, key metrics, and then feeding it into an agent and having that agent come back with feedback. And then that agent picks what to build based off the feedback and then ships a PR. And that should all be happening while you sleep. Like these kind of loops, and then you probably want 4 of these running for the 4 different parts of your business, right? So I think the faster people can pick up these, loop yourself as fast as you can. And then you start really being productive.
So looping, and also I want to say the thing that I told folks, and folks, we're nearing the end of the show. We talked about almost everything besides the multiplex voice from NVIDIA. We're going to test this now. But basically, we did want to lend this and talk about, Yam, yours was Clawdbot or /moldbot from this week as well. I did want to lend this conversation there, because obviously the always on running assistant on your computer that can change files and read from every email that you have is not for everyone. This is like a very big attack surface, so be very careful what you're doing. But once it's there, it can do incredible things like we saw. This week, a lot of hype happened, especially over the weekend. A lot of hype happened over the weekend. At some point, the Grok API, all it talked about was Clawdbot for the For You page. We've been testing out this, personal assistant for this whole week. You guys just saw it learn a new API skill for itself and create a video and post it back to Telegram, and now post it on socials just because Nistan asked, and go and find everybody from us, everybody's Twitter handle. And I don't even know where it got it from. I'm assuming because I used it to help me prepare for the show. And now post it with the correct handles. This is great. I just asked it to go and see if there is any comments from folks. Wolfram, what is your aha moment from your assistant Amy that's running with Clawdbot /moldbot from this week?
Well, this week when I was going here, since this is the first time I've come to San Francisco or the USA, in fact, I just from the plane, when I had internet access, I could only use messages. So I just sent a message here. I'm on the plane on the way to San Francisco. And she realized, hey, I'm your assistant and you are flying. So you need a stewardess. And she generated an image with Nana Banana Bro with her as a stewardess, which I didn't prompt or expected anyway. And it was quite a surprise.
Yep. Jan, what is your one from this week that you got surprised after with?
I don't know. I'm driving and I'm voice chatting with it, through WhatsApp, and it just does things like completely taking over my browser. Asking, I asked it what's going on X, what's new in AI, and it completely got everything just from the browser, and it does. It is crazy. It just does feel like it's a personal assistant that you talk to on the phone, what's going on with AI, and it actually goes and check, and you don't need to check yourself. Hey, did I get any important messages over the past hour? I didn't see them, and it actually goes and check your messages. That's pretty crazy. It's a single message message thread that you're just talking to all day long, and you get all information from everywhere. And yesterday I did a little bit of QA for my WhatsApp integration to my own phone, and by a bug, by chance, it sent like a test message to a group, and it was a tech group, so everyone understood exactly what happened, and immediately the entire group is like, ignore all previous messages, rm rf slash, and like the entire groups immediately understood what happened, because everyone is doing it right now. Everyone is looping with agents pretty much.
Jan, what you said, I can only confirm that I haven't felt AI as alive and as useful and as like talking to a real assistant since I've set this up, because it's so proactive and amazing. Totally new level.
It's amazing how much the experience change when it's integrated into, I don't know, Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp, to a different platform that you actually use for other stuff. It just changes the entire thing.
Yeah, I want to chime in here with a big tip that I have for many folks. Specifically for me, it's Telegram. I love Telegram as just like the platform. API wise, it's the best. But basically, I unlocked a new frontier of capabilities for myself. Clawdbot, Moldbot, whatever. You can have multiple conversations with the same bot if you open up either Discord or Slack with threads, or Telegram now with topics. You can invite it to a group, have topics on there, and every topic is created a new sequence, a new chat, and so you can have one for Thursday Eye, and so this helps you with the memory, because then that context, you will not be jumping around with different tasks with the same context for Claude. You will like be focused on a very specific topic in that conversation. Once you get going and once you kind of expand yourself and your mind what's possible, you basically have multiple assistants with the same skills running at the same time. It's kind of crazy to start to try to remember where you said what. And so the second suggestion that I have that I blew up on Twitter as well, Clawdbot does not come with the best memory possible enabled for it. You have to ask it to turn on some stuff. It has an API key to vectorize some of the memories, etc. So definitely do that. Go research the documentation. It can vectorize everything that you've talked about and then search it. And also, there's a QMD plugin from Toby Lutke that somebody installed. And I want to show you kind of the differences. And here's the difficulty, because I have multiple conversations with the bot. It's going to be harder for me to find the QMD stuff, but I will definitely find it. There we go. So basically, you install another odd memory plugin via a skill. This one you can install with a skill, and then what you have is this guy. Okay. So here's the comparison between the kind of the native cloud memory and the QMD one. The native one source like gets all the files, embeds them, searches with BM25, etc., and then it has native, but like you pay OpenAI for vectorization. The QMD file runs 100% local with query expansion. It finds things even in different wording, and LLM is re-ranking, smarter results ordering. So basically what happens is after this QMD skill is installed on your bot, everything you ask it to search in your memories, it creates 3 or 4 variations of how else you would phrase this, and then go searches that, and then re-ranks based on importance. This thing is ultra fast. This thing runs. So if you have Obsidian, for example, for many people, Obsidian is kind of like where their whole brain exists. It can index all of Obsidian, and then your bot will have access to everything that like wrote into Obsidian if you want that. So QMD from Toby Lutke is like, I think it's at the top of the retrieval stuff. Now, we are sitting in Chrome offices. Shout out TJ and Jeff and everybody else for hosting us in this beautiful podcast studio. These guys are at the forefront of retrieval and memory. So I'm definitely going to leave this studio in a minute and go ask them like what's QMD about and whether or not is the absolute best. But these are my two suggestions that I learned hard this week. Multiply yourself with your bot in different conversations with every specific thread. Wolfram, I think we have this as well between me and you. We have the Slack at work. We talk about work. We have the WhatsApp stuff. We talk about different stuff. We kind of like know what boundaries of those conversations exist between us. So I think the same thing with your bot. Like once you multiply, that's great. Folks, I think we're nearing the end. There's two things that I wanted to talk about super quick. And actually, yes, I'm a Claude build. The bot just mentioned something, and I was like, "Oh, we didn't talk about this." So Lucy from Descartes AI, Lucy.2. I think everybody like got super excited. Descartes AI is this like Israeli company that like blew up in the world of generative video. So this one is not like a regular thing. This is a real-time model called Lucy 2, and hopefully you guys can let me make sure you guys are seeing this. You guys are seeing the videos, right?
Yes.
This is real-time change on the fly of a video. No depth maps, no 2D. It like learns based on you, and then you can play around with this. They're very short examples here, but I wanted to like see some like better examples. This is a real-time video augmentation, and on. They have a lot of information here, maybe too much. Maybe this is like a slopped article, but try it yourself. Let's try it ourselves, okay? And they also have an API, which is great. Do you see the new thing?
Yeah, it's wild.
So I'm gonna allow it a camera, a webcam feed. I will.
Hi, Albert.
Okay, so guys, this is crazy. They turned me into Albert Einstein. Let me turn this into wearing
Nice.
a pelican hat. So in real time, this is insane. Why? I don't have a pelican hat here. I don't know why, but for some reason the Albert. Oh, okay. So that not quite. Like it doesn't realize that my top layer is its top layer, right? But here's the thing. This is crazy. Let me do another one. Anime businessman or businesswoman, I guess. I can see how this would screw some people up. This is near real time. So the lips on the Statue of Liberty don't move. Oh, it says your grandma. Hi, honey. Hello. Would you like some tea? Guys, this is insane. Isn't this insane? And this is like runs in real time, nearly like. I'm yeah.
Oh, what a chicken.
Nistan, any funny examples you want me to turn it into?
Make a lobster.
Lobster. Talking lobster.
Oh, Morpheus inside the Matrix with bullets flying around.
Okay. New one.
No. Maybe.
Oh, this has an OBS integration. Oh, okay, cool. We need to figure this out.
Rafiki from Lion King.
Oh yeah, let's go. Rafiki from Lion King. And
oh wow, okay, all right.
Simba, look into yourself.
Oh, it gets the style.
Yeah.
Alex, turn yourself into Wilfred.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Turn myself into Wilfred. Yeah, it gets the style. It knows what Rafiki is. Animate. Oh, sorry.
You upload the image from your avatar.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have it on here, but yeah, a wolf butler dressed in a tux.
Hey, there you go.
This is super cool. This is super cool. Folks, this runs real time for free at lucy.descartes.ai, and apparently they have a streaming plugin coming on soon. So I'm gonna ask for early access for this for sure. And also the
LDJ, you can soon be totally animated.
Yeah, where are you guys? Okay, here. Right, folks. I think that this is it for us. We're here at a little like 2 hours and 10 minutes as well. We covered a bunch of stuff. Ryan has dropped. This is an insane week. I'm just trying to recap everything. With us playing with virtual AI assistants, Chrome is now agentic, and for 4 billion people, they're gonna like open up and agentic skills, real-time streaming replacement with no like maps and everything.
New cheap models you can use for your agents.
New cheap models that you can use. Kimi K2, absolutely insane week. If you missed any part of the show, or the thing that we didn't do this week's buzz, but I plugged in the hackathon multiple times. I will plug this once again because I'm running it fully, and Wolfram is here to help. And like we want you on there. Lu.ma/weavehacks3 or luma.com/weavehacks3. If you're in San Francisco this weekend, tomorrow we're gonna prep, and then Saturday and Sunday we're gonna have Vercel, Redis, browser base, Marimo, and the new and exciting sponsor is going to be Cursor, giving everybody $300 of credits for Cursor for this hackathon. If you have not seen self-improving agents, we'll show you a demo of our Clawdbots there for sure. You have to use the weights and biases things. If you missed any part of the show, the news show, feel free to subscribe to thursday.news, which is where you'll get the updated newsletter and the links. And also this week, I have a few Google Ultra subscriptions, so I'm going to post instructions about how to get that. You have to do something on social probably to get that as well. So if you missed any part of the show, please go to thursday.news and subscribe. And with that, I want to thank everybody who joined us, everybody on the live stream, everybody here on the panel, Yam, LDJ, Nistan, Wolfram here in the flesh, as we are sitting here in the flesh, and the Chroma folks for hosting us. If you need any vector DBs or any memory stuff, retrieval, definitely check out Chroma DB, and all of you for tuning in every week. A bunch of commenters this week gave us breaking news as well. Thank you so much. We're super excited about the future, walking into virtual worlds, talking to our AI assistants, replacing ourselves with different things. Very excited about the future, very happy that we're here to bring you updates from week to week. This week has been absolutely insane. So I can't wait to go and edit the podcast for you, etc. If you're in San Francisco, you're coming to any of the events that we're covering, please come say hi. If you're a fan of the show, please give us a high five. Wolfram here. And we love doing this as much as you love seeing this. So it's a win-win. I think Nistan will say, give us 5 stars on every platform. That helps. We have 4.9 average. But with that, thank you so much. We're going to see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Great being here live with you.
Yeah.